Minnesota Vikings have decided that now is the time to bring out the male cheerleaders, and it's not the kind that hoist the girls up with stronger and bigger arms than the size of my leg. It's the kind that are doing this such thing. Watch this. My name is Casey. I'm the Rumble Ride Dad. I've been a therapist for over 13 years, a conservative for over 10, a father for almost 10, and a husband for 11. And I am here to tell you that the culture needs to take the temperature and the time to tell the Minnesota Vikings that they have lost their minds, because not only are football fans not the typical ones who would want to see this, there was a reason that the female cheerleader became such an integral part of the football experience, and it wasn't because of the great dance moves that they had per se. Now, the female form is inherently beautiful. The male form is inherently rigid and possibly wrinkled if you're me, or grayed hair, or not very attractive to begin with if you're me. And quite frankly, it is up to us. If we want to raise our kids in a culture where this type of institutional rot is not happening, then we need to push back. If everybody could remember the Bud Lights of the world, the other large companies like Jaguar that went totally left in their advertising campaigns, we have to push back. Now is the time to indicate that we do not stand. And I'm raising 4 children in this environment. We've tried to cloister ourselves off and to help them to have good impression, people around them that have a good impression upon them. But when the culture is rotten, this is when Christian worldview and men who just stand for conservative values need to speak out. Because if there is a chance to rescue this country from the brink of the male cheerleader epidemic, it is when fathers stand up and say, this is not what we're about anymore. This was tested for 20 years and it's reached its logical endpoint. We are no longer going to stand for this in advertising. And I don't love, semi-spicy materials like the Sydney Sweeney ads just because men are tempted when they view things like that. However, it is far superior to have a female cheerleader on the sideline than it is this. And I'm so sorry, because my family, my father's side of the family is from Minnesota. I'm so sorry that they're oriented to this kind of thing. And if my grandparents were still alive, they would probably divorce the team immediately. And, quite frankly, if this comes to the sidelines in Denver, I might have to make my own decisions about my viewership, the NFL, and my specific team from my home state. Let's do better. God bless you guys, the fathers who are fighting back. And that's why this channel exists, to try to give room for fathers to have a little melty and then push back on a culture that deserves all of our angst.